September 22, 1988. Don crashes trying to outrun Hurricane Helena. Sometime in the 1980s, around the time that I was a partner in a car lot on North Florida Avenue with Dr. R and three of the gay women from his clinic, I had a gorgeous seafoam green Cadillac with huge fins and a white top, very much like the one in this photo. I loved the way the car drove, but I didn't have it for long. The transmission and engine both went out, and a mechanic said it looked like it had been underwater for some time, which caused systemic rust to make it beyond repair. I think it was my favorite car ever. The way I'd sell cars from our lot is that I would drive the car around with a for sale sign on it and put an ad in the paper. I'd always pick the muscle cars and the collector items because men were always the buyers of these cars. When they would ask to test drive, I'd say things like, "You look so hot driving this car," and I could count on the sale. I realize now what a sexist thing that was to say and do, but I sold a lot of cars, counting on men being shallow enough to believe that a car made them look sexy. Writing from the future. Don's crashed 3 planes by now. His son-in-law, Donna Sanchez's husband, worked for the FAA, and Don said he had faked his flight test for him since Don couldn't read past about a first-grade level. Don had lost his pilot's license the very day after he got it for doing takeoffs and landings at the Vandenberg Airport, which was closed for repairs at the time. He continued to fly for years. I think his first crash was on approach to the Cedar Key Airport, where he crashed into the water and had to be saved by boaters who came to his aid. The second time, he forgets to put the wheels down and bellies into the Zephyrhills Airport in a little hot rod plane that he was so proud to own. The third time, I think, was during Hurricane Helena on September 22nd, 1988. He was trying to outrun the storm, but was flying so low he got tangled in the power lines. This crash left him in intensive care for weeks. He was never quite right after that. The FAA would later report, flying without a pilot's license in 1988, Don hit some wires while landing at a crop duster strip near Pensacola during a storm. He failed to get a weather briefing before taking off. No kidding. He never filed for flight plans or weather briefings or any of those kinds of things. He didn't want anybody to know he was flying. Seeing photos of the plane, it's hard to believe that he walked away from that crash. I'm told he had a raccoon with him and was found walking away from the crash carrying the raccoon in a carrier. He knew he was in trouble because he didn't have a license to fly, and he had just taken out power in the entire area. It was North Florida. Everyone was so sure he was going to die that they didn't do the cosmetic repairs to his face that crushed his tear ducts. His pancreas was completely destroyed. When it became apparent that he wasn't going to die, they wired his jaw shut and he drank meals from a straw for a long time.